One of the fundamental reasons politicians and external bodies outside hostile organizations are always able to master propaganda and disseminate false information and falsehoods and brainwashing so easily is not only because we lack temperance, modesty, moderation, reason, control in ourselves as well as in our thoughts, behaviors, actions, but also because we just don't have self knowledge, self understanding, self reflection, anyways, and we're also absolutely devoid of and disconnected from purpose, ambition, significance, meaning, anyways, as a result of which we're not only governed by the unconscious content and shadow material which we refuse to see in ourselves, but we're literally driven and led by all the external propaganda, outside hostilities, social organizations, malevolent entities that are always operating around ourselves from time to time to corrupt us, to infiltrate our mind, and to provide us with or to fill our lives with as much corruption, partiality, judgment, discrimination, unfairness as they possibly can. And that is exactly what happens inside of large democracies or densely populated states like India, where corruption is easy, where basically violence is the law and violation of individual rights, expressions, freedom also runs the show in one way or another. So propaganda always works from the citizens as well as from the governments because it's easy to spread, because it's easy to believe in, whereas genuine thinking and hard work and talent requires discipline, consistency, constancy, will to basically actualize, to think about these things is difficult. But stupidity is easy. Unconditional practice and worship and embrace of stupidity, pride, vanity, mediocrity, competition, comparison from ourselves, from the collective herd, has always been much easier than accepting the individual man, than basically recognizing his own flaws, than making the unconscious conscious and integrating the shadows, anyways. Something the herd or the collective will neither embrace nor actualize nor accomplish in their lives, anyways, but they will always be the victims and prisoners of all external dictates, demands, conditions, obligations, as well as of propaganda, because they like being led and controlled by propaganda and politics and corruption, because they lack inner compass, inward light, and internal significance, ambition, awareness, knowledge, anyways, because they're always in the hands of the very unconscious, which they refuse to see in themselves, which they deny because they don't like certain parts in themselves, because they only want to see the goods in themselves, the capability for all the goods. But we are capable of all the vices and wickednesses also.